Hello everyone and welcome to today's video of AirTycoon episode 6. And in today's episode, this is AirTycoon Online 2. And in today's episode, we will be just doing what we have been doing for the last few episodes. And that is replace planes, talk about new stuff, talk about my strategy for the upcoming days. Now, we are in 2020 now, so basically means that I have about 9 days now to get all the stuff done. Yeah, about 10 days. So first thing, profit should be pretty high. Okay, it's not, but that's fine. So first thing I'll show you is probably my value rank. Now I've fell to 10. I think I've showed you that before, so I don't need to talk about it. We can see that I've been struggling to keep up. But as long as I'm in 10, I still get the 150 credits, so it doesn't really make a difference if I'm in 6 or I'm in 10. And I've taken on from this in my next game. Now going on to cargo, I've made a significant jump from 21 to 13. So as you can see, my fleet is minimal, but as you know, I'm number 1 in passenger rank, so I have to keep a lot of my focus on the passenger numbers. So I couldn't do much about the cargo, but as you can see, I have been putting a lot of money into this. Not a lot of money, but at least I have a good enough rank. Now I'm trying to aim on the 10th spot by the end of this game. We're in 2020, as you can see, so about 10 days left. That's what I'm trying to do, but couldn't do much. For passenger number, it's still the same, honestly, except for the fact I got rid of my 30 slots. So I'm about the same plane. And as you can see, the other airline, Lufthansa, is still on the same, so that's fine. And Lufthansa, I'm now showing the news now. So you can see 737-8 has been already. Lufthansa is having some troubles. You can see Odessa to London. I also had a trouble with Osaka to Washington, actually. And one tip I'll give you is probably, when these kind of things happen, you try to look at the routes which happened us of Atlanta to Luxembourg. I looked at it. It was still free, so I got it. Same for New Delhi to Beijing. Did the same. Not for Tel Aviv, but you get the point. Now I'll try to show you my airline, if I can do it now. If it's still on. Yeah, you can see my plane from Osaka to Washington. Now let's cover up the alerts, because I also haven't checked it. Now a lot of my planes are going in the thing which costs a lot of money. There's honestly no way I have around it. Still cut it though. Now the order my now the A330s have gone, so I have to now move to the 787s. So 787-8. Now the primary reason I prefer the 9 over the 8, but the only reason I really have been putting my money into the 8 is because I'm not a lot of jump. So that's why I'm really jumping for the 8, and also cheaper. So it's about 200 million cheaper, especially when you have to replace all these kind of planes. It does really matter when it comes to it. So that's why I've been putting my money into the 787. And also we only have about 10 days left, so it doesn't really make a difference as to what we need to do. So I put my order now. And to a request by a subscriber, I don't know if it's a subscriber or not, but to turn off my global routes, I just did that. I turned it off so you can see my airline glory. You can see my US map has my domestic map has increased a lot from San Diego, Los Angeles, Charlotte, Detroit, and Philadelphia, and also Seattle. So you can see North America is my busiest region. Asia, the only reason I really have Asia is just to feed into North America. Other than that, Asia is just empty. So Australia is a bit of Pacific going on. We have 2 kangaroo routes going all the way to London. If you look at Europe, a lot of Europe also feeds into the US, and some of it feeds into South America, and not a lot in Africa. Also Europe, a bit of Europe fits into Asia. So that's around the strategy over there. Now I'll start replacing all the jets. Now the jet replacing has been going good. Now 757s have been really destroying the whole thing, so I have to now keep up with the thing. So I'm sorry I'm losing my speech. I probably sound even worse on the final recording. Now I'm trying to work on my way around this issue. Singapore Copenhagen is gonna be done now. Done. And it looks decent. In real life, you can expect something like a 787 to work, but in this kind of games, you need a bit of more load. But since I've been in a replacing thing for about 5 days now, so I really couldn't do much about it. But I can order 3 more shipments if you count 3 more if I wait 4 more hours. So that's what I'm doing. And 15 planes should be able to get me to a threshold that I can get back on my knees again and start expanding. Done. And I think I'll talk about my expenses now. There's not a whole lot to talk about. And my new routes, what I've been doing. Just get this up. Jakarta to Athens should be higher. Even though Greece has the thing going on, the crisis, it's still quite good. As you can see, the business ranks of Athens, I guess it's kept it from back in the 80s or something, but it's a really good score, and that's why I keep doing it. Now I'll show you my routes real quick. My competition, as always, has been cut down from about 60 as it used to be, all the way to 8 or 6 if you don't count the code shares, but that's not mine, that's from another airline. So I'll just show you this. Now I made a lot of new routes to expand my airline influence, so you can see. Now I have to expand to Charlotte now. What did I do? Apparently I just changed the thing. Oh, okay. Anyways, so I'll just get this done, the slots, and then I'll talk about. I don't have a lot to talk about, and I'll just a quick overview of what I've been doing. Well, San Diego is gonna be expanding even more, so let's give it to San Diego. Now around the end years, about 2018 or 2028 or 2027, I'm not gonna be focusing a lot on making any money, replacing planes or anything. I'm just gonna let it rise. And in that time, what will be doing is expanding my passenger influence. So hopefully I can beat out number 1. Well, I'm number 1, but just to make sure I keep that. My investments, ever since, if you remember my very first 3 episodes when I was rolling really high on the number 1 rank, I was spending 144 million a month 2 hours on the expenses of investment. I used to spend about 80 million on name value, which, as you can see, I've cut. So Europe, Asia, North America have been maintained paused at 2. So basically 2 is gonna pause the score. So after decades of in high investments, this is the end result. Well, in Africa, Australia, and South America, I've expanded all the way to 7, since it doesn't cost a lot of money. So that's what I've done. My customer service has been maintained at 2. It used to be, I think, about 3. But now it's 2. And for my next game, I will be doing it, don't worry. It will be a much better airline. Now, I wasted a lot of my quest funds, as you can see, 10, 20, 30, 50. So that's 80, 100, 110. I could have bought 2 airports, like class 3 airports, not class 3, sorry, pocket planes. Like full grown airports, like New York or Los Angeles or Paris or London. So that was a big mistake I made by just spending that money on other stuff. And by now I could have made about 80 million a month just by those two airports if it wasn't for me doing that. So that's a retarded mistake, but I couldn't do much about it. Just looking at my slots. Now my slots, San Diego has overtaken Dallas and Houston. Well, San Diego, Detroit, Houston, Charlotte, Dallas, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Orlando, San Francisco, Chicago, and Toronto comes in. That is at least about 20 of my top airports are in the US. So you can see how much influence has been going on. There's a bug. There's a bug. I'll just let it hold out. I have no idea why I have a thing there. Just in New Delhi we have a problem. So, and after this I'm gonna end my episode. Just show you the report, and then I'll end the episode. So I will be doing AirTycoon 1 really soon because I hate the depreciation fee. Fuel price used to be skyrocketed, which cost me a lot of money. Now it's going up again, but it's gonna just smoothen out. World Travel Index has been going down, but my passenger ranks is fine. But as you can see, there's a small decline. Although I increased a bit here. My cargo, the only reason I really have cargo is it tells me what pace my airline is going at, the world economy. You can see there's a bump here. There's a crisis, I think, before this, but you can see gone up. So expenses, maintenance, everything has been cut. Investment has been cut by about 2 times. 50%. So I think this is about it in today's episode. I don't have a lot to talk about. Just gonna check for used planes. No. M&A market. No. Okay. So anyways, I hope you liked today's episode. I'm sorry my speech has been a bit bad. I don't know why it's been bad. Maybe because I haven't been talking a lot in front of the camera. And I will take consideration into taking a few notes of what I need to say, but I'm lazy, so I couldn't not do that. And I'm really busy with school right now. We have a thing called a Head Start, which basically means you have to do the next grade before the school year ends. So for the next few weeks, I will be busy into that. I will still make videos, don't worry, but I will be busy on that. So that's about it. So anyways, I hope you liked this episode. As I said, I'm sorry, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.